The very first X-Men. The very first one. 2000. The year that it came out. Directed by Bryan Singer. This movie pretty much kicked the chain off of superhero movies. It was like one of the first ones to hit that new millennium. 20th Century Fox got it. And it was like, we're rolling with X-Men. We're bringing in Sir Patrick Stewart. We're bringing in Sir Ian McKellen. Bring on Hugh Jackman. Halle Berry. You're in this as well. James Marsden, jump on into this pool because we're about to go swimming and start the birth, well, I believe, of the superhero wave. Like, without X-Men and Spider-Man, we wouldn't be here today with superhero movies. And without them being good, we wouldn't be here without a lot of those superhero movies. Like, these movies had to hit. When X-Men hit and then Spider-Man hit, people was like, oh shoot, we got this ball rolling. Like I said, that Steph Curry 3-point shot was so good. Patrick Mahomes' touchdown, so good. This movie is a solid movie. It's fun to watch. It's done really well. And the movie's only, what, an hour and 44 minutes? And it moves fast, but it's a fun movie to watch. And it kicks off so much of the X-Men series that today I am happy and I'm excited to review X-Men from 2000. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka, and what is Movie Breakdowns? Movie review series where we look at new and old movies, give them a grade, A through F, plus and minuses do count. In this movie you want me to review, let me know. Please put in the comment section below and I'll get to it as soon as possible. Also for Patreon, Patreon/Ali Zakka on Patreon, because you're paying me to watch and review movies. I do it immediately. It's out there for you. I also have trailer reaction, trailer reviews, and my first thoughts are on there as well. Like, you pay for my services, you get me like that, and I review the movies out there for you. No waiting, no 2-month wait, no 3-month wait. It's already there for you to watch. Now, let's go ahead and get into today's review of 2000's X-Men. First, let's talk about the budget. This movie had a budget of $75 million. Opening weekend, it only brought in $54 million. United States, it grossed $157 million, and then worldwide, $296 million. This movie made bank. And the reason why, it was good. It's a good movie. What's the movie about? Well, you have this guy named Magneto who is trying to capture a mutant. And the X-Men, headed by Charles Xavier, is trying to stop him from capturing this mutant. And as they're trying to stop him, they're figuring out what his main plan and plot is. And they're trying to stop him before he makes his ideals and main plan take action, take effect, and pretty much ruin the world. And that is X-Men basic right there and there. And you get introduced to different characters in this movie. Like, you get introduced to Shadowcat, Iceman, Pyro, a bunch of other characters that, because I've seen this series already, they make reappearances. I do like how they introduce you into his movies. They don't linger on them. They're not sitting there like, who's got in the corner? Maybe a minute, 2-minute scene, and then it goes right into like the main plot. Who it's basically a small team. You have Wolverine, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Storm. That's it. And then Charles Xavier. And then for the Brotherhood, you have Magneto, who's the main person we really talk about. You got Sabretooth, Mystique, Toad, and that's it. Oh, wow. That's it. And then Senator Kelly, who is trying to start the war against mutants and make mutants register themselves. Magneto, who believes that pretty much all humans are bad and we have to learn to defend ourselves. We cannot coexist. Mutant must survive and take over. And then Professor X, Charles Xavier, he's on the mindset of that humans and mutants can coexist. So you have the opposite end of the humans fighting the mutants, so they can't coexist. The mutants and humans, need to work together, and then you have the mutants can't coexist with the humans. So like two different sides of the spectrum, and then the middle point with Charles Xavier. And Magneto is trying to create a machine that turns everybody into mutants, and he needs a certain mutant to do this. And at first, Charles Xavier thinks it's Wolverine, because that was the mutant Wolverine was next, was the mutant involved into the interaction that Magneto was going after. But in reality, there was one other person sitting there that he really wanted, and that was young Rogue, who is also in this movie. And watching the movie again, I got chills. I got chills when seeing Charles Xavier on the screen for the first time in his wheelchair, and seeing, you know, Patrick Stewart doing Charles Xavier. And then I got chills seeing Ian McKellen show up as Magneto, and the opening of the movie with Magneto's like in the concentration camp that pretty much starts his hatred of humans. Like, it's a nice little flashback, nostalgia road down the trip, like nostalgia trip here. But you watch the movie for the very first time, you won't be disappointed. Actually, you'd be like, walk away like, this is a good movie. Like, if you're a non-superhero fan and you can believe into these characters' motivation, like, this is a good movie, I'm into this. Villains, they're not fleshed out. Magneto's the only one who's really fleshed out, and you really don't know. I guess somebody who's not a superhero fan, you probably won't know who Magneto is watching the beginning of the movie. You know he's in the Holocaust, and then you see him trying to bend the fence to save his mom, and he does show the tattoos on, so you can piece it together that it is him, and that he is the dude of magnesium and control metal. So I guess you do piece that together, but you probably like, what is his motivation? And he does say like, mutants and humans can't coexist. There's gonna be a war. We gotta stop this war. And then Cindy Kelly, he is pretty much adding to Magneto's case by saying like, mutants and humans can't coexist. We gotta start this war. And Charles Xavier's like, no, we can coexist. Let's go ahead and end this war crap. But for some reason, Magneto was trying to get a hold of somebody, and I can't figure out who he's trying to get a hold of. And that person Magneto was trying to get a hold of is Rogue, because he wanted to use Rogue's ability to have her power his machine. Rogue, who steals people's powers, especially their mutants, she can steal their powers for a little bit. He's going to have her control the machine and pretty much turn everybody into mutants. That was Magneto's main goal in this movie. And the X-Men is up to them to stop Magneto from doing so. CGI in this movie is still great. It's 2000 CGI, and you're like, you know what? It looks no different from X-Men Origins Wolverine. Like, it's still good. It holds up. Like, it's crazy how that movie CGI doesn't look off at all. Like, it fits the lighting of the movie. It fits everything. Bryan Singer did a good job. The one thing I didn't really like is that there was a lot of blue in this movie. A lot of shades of blue. Like, the beginning scene was completely pretty much all blue tinted. And I was like, huh, that stuck out to me as a kid too. I was like, I remember this movie being a lot of blue. A lot of blue. Characters, I feel like they shoehorn Jean Grey and Wolverine's relationship. That didn't need to really be tossed into there, but I feel like they tried to force it. Magneto was given out pretty clearly. Wolverine's given out pretty clear, which this is pretty much another Wolverine movie. You learn more about him more than anybody. Charles Xavier, he's thrust out pretty well, filled out pretty well. Cyclops, Storm, and Jean Grey, not really. They're more like side characters to Wolverine. Rogue, who has also done really well in this movie, and Charles Xavier. The villains, besides Magneto, the rest of them, Mystique doesn't really talk. Toad has some jokes here and there. And Sabretooth is incompetent. Everything Sabretooth has done in this movie backfires in his face, and I think it's hilarious. I laughed at that. I'm like, this is a horrible character, but yet he barely talks either. He growls. Hilarious. And the movie's fast. The movie goes by super quick. Like, you go from Wolverine stabbing Rogue to Rogue stealing his powers to heal herself to running away because Mystique shows up out of nowhere at Charles Xavier's school, and then they go rescue her. Magneto shows up, and then like the last 40 minutes of the movie, 50 minutes of the movie is the climax. It moves that quick. And you're like, wow, this movie goes by super quick. But it works for some reason. I'm not sure, maybe because they already told the main plots of the movie. Because the movie's only an hour and 44 minutes. But like the last 50 to 40 minutes, it was literally at the final fight scene. Like it was at the final stage, the final set, like the Statue of Liberty. That was the last piece of the movie. And it was there for a good 40 to 50 minutes, I felt like. Like, wow. The movie moves quick. It doesn't linger. But at the same time, because there's not so many things getting tossed at you, you don't really feel overwhelmed. You don't really feel like what is happening. It focuses on main people and then everybody else just kind of like falls in line. So that's perfectly fine for an introduction movie, which does a way better job than X-Men Origins, let me tell you. Alright, let me get into actors and actresses. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, he did great. Like, you bought him as Wolverine, you bought the sarcasm, you bought the little jokes he did here and there. Good job. Patrick Stewart as Professor Charles Xavier, he did great as well. Ian McKellen as Eric/Magneto, did great. Famke Janssen, who plays... Yeah, it's Famke. It's F-A-M-K-E, Famke Janssen, who played Jean Grey. Not really much about her in this movie. Like, she was there. She was okay. James Martin and Scott Summers, he seemed like Cyclops to me. Halle Berry as Storm, thought she did alright. Anna Paquin, who plays Rogue, she did good. The rest of the characters, like Tyler Mane, who plays Sabretooth, he didn't say anything, but like 1 or 2 lines. Ray Park, who played Toad, is that Darth Maul? Darth Maul is in X-Men? No, that's not right. Ray Park. Freaking yes it is! Holy crap! Darth Maul was in this movie. Oh, get out of town. Ray Park, Darth Maul. Huh. But yeah, he had his time to shine. Sabretooth had his time to shine as well. Mystique, who played by Rebecca Romijn, she did great. Like, the one thing I would say about the villains, they all had their little piece to shine. Like, they all, with them, the final set piece being, 40-50 minutes of the movie, it gave them, you got the chance to see Toad do his thing. You get the chance to see Sabretooth do his thing and fight Wolverine on top of the Statue of Liberty. You get a chance to see Wolverine fight Mystique and show off her moves and skill set. Like, each character had their time to shine, and it showed out really well. It came out really well. Bruce Davison, who plays Senator Kelly, thought he did a great job as well. Yeah, like, the cast is not bad at all in this movie. I thought they did good. I thought they chose a good set of people. Music is kind of forgettable. It's not the greatest music in the world. Like, you don't remember the X-Men music. Like, you don't literally hum it or sing it or anything like that. Set piece, I thought they did great. I thought they did great with the jet. I thought they did great with the designs of the characters and everything. It was done well. And is it a Friday night movie? Yes. Watch it with your friends and family in grading time. I'm going to grade the movie X-Men from 2000 a solid B. This movie gets a B for me. The acting is good. It's done really good in this movie. I can get not sure I can speak there, but the acting's done really well, really good in this movie. The storyline is simple to follow. It's not hard. Like, what's going on? Who's this character? Who's that character? They focus on main characters and say like, hey, it's Wolverine, Rogue, Magneto, and Charles Xavier's movie. Everybody else is just around them. Everybody else is a henchman or lackey or just the X-Men, and they're here to help. Like, Wolverine feels responsible for Rogue, so that's why he's around her. Rogue was the first. Rogue and Wolverine. For Rogue, Wolverine was the first mutant that she came across that wasn't that was like similar to her, so she felt like she was attached to him and felt like that she'd be safe with him, and Wolverine got to that father-like mentality towards Rogue. So therefore the action was justified for him going after Rogue and trying to save her and stop her. It's done really well. Like, the writing, the character motivation, done really well. And they don't let the fact that, like, the Brotherhood of bad guys, Magneto is the big boss. You don't really need to know them all fleshed out. So that's why I give him a B. Because his mentality, his thing. Everybody else, you don't need to know the rest of the Brotherhood. You know Charles Xavier, that he wants to make peace. The X-Men are there to pretty much help Charles Xavier. Wolverine and Rogue are the two new characters to the group. It's done well. And then you also see like the X-Men work together. Like Jean, Cyclops, Storm, you can tell they worked together. They played off each other. They had chemistry when they did certain moves. Yeah, just write more origin tale movies like this with groups. Why the Fantastic Four can't do that? Think Fantastic Four. Like, that's how you show characters who don't have much screen time that, like, they know how to work together. The first introduction of Storm and Cyclops. Storm made the smoke cloud, the snowstorm. Cyclops shot through the snowstorm, the shoot Sabretooth. Teamwork. Yeah. So yeah, it's a B for me. This movie gets a B. If you've seen X-Men for 2000, what did you think? Please put in the comment section below. Other than that, see you guys next episode of Movie Breakdowns. And keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, you want to see what else I'm doing in my normal life and other things that's going on, please follow me on Instagram at Ali_Zakka. I'll put it right here around my face. Yep, right there. Also, if you want more episodes of movie breakdowns or grind towards success or whatever it is I'm doing on YouTube, you know what? Follow my page right here, like I said before, the little comment thing right there, And then you can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right here, and watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success right there. Other than that, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all. See y'all next time. Keep being awesome.